What up, YouTube Live? Happy Friday morning, October 19th. Halloween, the new Halloween movie is in theaters, and the new episode of Titans is now available on DC Universe. I was gonna review it last night, but I was just too exhausted. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't do any more live stream because I need my sleep. I need my beauty sleep. So only this morning, around what time is it? 9 o'clock now. 9 o'clock that I could finally give you my review of DC Universe Titans, the live action Titan series, season one, episode two, titled Hawk and Dove. All right, so as always, with all my recap and review of TV episodes, the videos contain spoilers. So does this one. So, spoiler alert, you've been warned. And feel free to chime in during the chat, or if you want to leave thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All right, so I'm going to dissect the episode here moment by moment. Um, I gotta let you in for first of all that I'm not very familiar with Hawk and Dove. As big a DC fan as I am, I didn't grow up reading much about Hawk and Dove. I know that the Hawk and Dove um, went through like several incarnations in the comic books. So this is the version that they have for the DC universe, the DC streaming digital service. Uh, Okay, so Dove is played by, aka Dawn Granger, is played by Minka Kelly, one of the most beautiful women on the planet. Oh my God, I love this woman. She was in Friday Night Light series. Ah, so hot, so hot. I think she used to date Derek Cheater. so, and Hawk is played by Alan Rich. Let me see my notes here. Alan Riches. Trying to get that pronunciation correctly here. I don't want to butcher his name incorrectly. Richson, there you go. Now, for those of us Smallville fans out there, we would recognize Alan as Aquaman. He played Aquaman in Smallville for many many years, and I thought he was pretty good at Arthur Curry. Yeah. So, and he's super buff. He's back now, athletic as ever. The series or the episode two starts out with Hawk and Dove trying to take down this arms dealers group, and it after they got them right. Maybe they knocked them out and not necessarily get them, but we found out that they're actually lovers, Hawk and Dove. So that's the incarnation that they went with for this one. I believe in the comic books there were different incarnations where I think they're both men, or that some of I think one incarnation had them as siblings instead of lovers. So anyway, but this is what the show gives us for Hawk and Dove, and the relationship is in a way where it's what happens when you've fought as a vigilante for so long that you start to wonder, not necessarily your disillusion or disenfranchised, but you start to wonder, okay, maybe it's time to hang the mantle or hang the coat and just settle down. And I get the sense that that is at the point where at least Dove is, um, because she sees Hank keeps getting hurt by the bad guys when they're out there on the field, and it's like I'm sensing that she's going through like, okay, where's this relationship going? Maybe it's time to just kind of start a family or whatever. She gives me that vibe. Whereas Hank, um, Hawk, I should say, I'm sorry, Hawk. What I don't know, I should say Hank. Well, whereas Hawk, um, he is still determined. He's still like, I still got this. Yes, I'm hurting. Yes, I always get hurt out there, but I can still do this. I can still do this. He has this pride thing going on, and maybe that's something that attracts Dawn or Dove to him. But at the same time, she really, really feels concerned, and I think I like that dynamic. You want to root for this couple, but at the same time, you don't want them to to be killed, to get really hurt badly. The writers of this episode, especially with the anniversary thing that was going on in the episode, it they really make it work to have us empathize and feel the romance of Hawk and Dove. At least I feel it. It's not forced at all. And then it goes back. Let me see here. It goes back to 4 years ago when they fight alongside Robin, played by Brendan Thwaites. Um, Now, at this point, for those of you who watched the previous episode, again, real quick, uh, Robin, aka Dick Grayson, is taking in Raven because Raven uh, is a star witness, but she also has this power inside her that at times she can't control. And I mentioned to you in the previous review of the first episode that I believe that the long arc of this new season one will be about her, will be about Raven, because Raven is the demon's daughter, and according to the comic book arc, she has this evil Raven, some evil demon energy inside her that she might not even be able to control ultimately. I think that's the arc that they're going with in this entire season one. So Robin tries to take care of Raven, and the episode does a pretty good job of kind of like um, paralleling it with, or making us feel like, oh, this is like when Bruce Wayne takes in Dick Grayson after Dick Grayson's parents died. So the whole episode is like trying to like make that comparison, and I thought that's pretty clever. Um, the Okay, again, I mentioned to you this video contains spoilers, so let me show you my notes here. Okay, real quick before I get to the next one, I want to make some tangent comments about Robin's technology, the Robin suitcase. I don't know if that's from the comics, but I like it. I like that whole thing with the suitcase. It comes with a laptop and its own fax, and it's like I want to get that. When I see that episode tonight, I was like, I want to get one of those. That is such a multifunctional, multitasking, multi-purpose suitcase. That's pretty cool. It seems like something that a CIA agent would have instead of a police detective, which is what Robin is. Okay, there's an introduction also to this in this episode. I don't know if they're characters from the comic books, but they are fantastic. I love these bad guys that they introduce in this in this episode too. Oh my goodness, they make it seem like there's some kind of a 1950s suburbia Stepford Wives kind of family, like, hey dear, hello husband. But you can tell something's off with them. So he's something off once he starts cursing, and then the guy at the front door says, "You've been activated. You gotta hunt down Raven." And bam, you see them in their killer mode. They inject themselves with needles, and they got weapons in their cabinets. It's like, oh my goodness, this is like secret agent stuff. I love it. I love it. Um, so that's one of the highlights of this episode. Um, I mentioned in the previous review of the previous or the premiere episode that one of the things that I did not like about this live action Titans is that it was too, at least from the premiere episode, it was too heavy. It was too dark. It's even darker than some of the DC Cinematic Universe. And DC Cinematic Universe movies are already, non-humorous, if you will. But in episode 2, this episode made some effort in at least breaking some of the tension. And I like that. You can't be, just like a character cannot be full dick, they have to have some likable or redeeming qualities about them. Um, an episode cannot be all full dark or all full heavy. You gotta have some, I don't know, puns or smart ass cracking up jokes here and there just for a brief second. You gotta have that to lighten the mood a little bit. And I think episode 2 has that, not only with regards to Hawk and his dynamic with Dove, but also that moment that in this episode regarding the forensic doctor, when he's making fun of Robin's partner. By the way, oh, I feel so sorry for Robin's partner, man. What's her name? Robark. Oh my goodness, she's good people, but I fear that the villain family, that comically villain family, that badass hardcore evil family I mentioned to you about, I fear that they have killed her, and I think it's like, oh, why? So because they want to know where Bruce Wayne is, or no, I'm sorry, where Robin is. So they got to her first, and I was like, oh, of course they didn't show the episode didn't show them killing her, but I fear that that is what happened, and I feel like that she doesn't deserve it, man. She's like, oh, come on, she's just doing her job. So yeah, I feel bad for her. Um, the whole, as I said mentioned earlier, the parallel between Robin taking in Raven and Bruce Wayne taking in Robin. Um, I like how the episode really emphasizes that in the second and third act when with the idea of Robin leaving Raven to Hawk and Dove, and the reaction at the end um, that Dove gives, and the whole conflict on the roof. I like that. That's a very solid drama in my book. I think it speaks to the characters. You know, we still don't know the mystery of the bad blood between Robin and Bruce Wayne. Every time that comes up in this episode, you see him changing the subject. You know, Dove says, "Hey, don't change the subject. You gotta get, tell me what happened." I don't think we're gonna find out in episode 2, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that because, as I mentioned in the previous episode, review, that is one of the mysteries that will keep you hooked. I much of the revelations about the bad blood and everything else have to be revealed later on. Otherwise, the show won't have anything to get you keep watching the entire season. So, um, Robin wanted to leave Raven with Hawk and Dove. Do I disagree with that? No. I think, in a way, I mean, Robin's right, dude. He's not a billionaire like Bruce Wayne. I don't think he has enough resources. That's why in this episode, it's interesting how he calls Alfred for money. He does because he doesn't have his own stuff. He doesn't have his own money. He doesn't have his own resources. He's not in the. What I'm trying to say is he's not in the same place that Bruce Wayne was when Bruce Wayne took in Robin. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Wayne can or could take care of somebody like Robin, a kid, even though maybe he was not the perfect father figure. But in terms of infrastructure and stability and whatnot, Robin doesn't have what Bruce Wayne had. So the idea of leaving Raven to this couple, this loving couple, Hawk and Dove, who could be like parents to her, I'm not against that idea at all. So, but I totally get why Raven is pissed about it, because Robin can't say something truthful for once in his life. Um, so that whole drama is really, really intrigues me. I think the reason why is because it speaks about the characters. You see them for who they are. It's like, oh, that's where they're coming from. Oh, that's why she feels concerned for her Hawk. Oh, that's why he's Hawk is jealous of Robin. Oh, that's why this episode you flesh out more of the characters, and you get to see more of their motivation and their fears and their jealousy of their envy, and you see those things collide. I really like this episode. It really, really does a good job of doing so. Oh, where's my note here? All right, so to conclusion, the ending, It was really tough. I guess because we don't know yet for sure, but what happens is that Dove gets thrown off the roof and she's bleeding badly on the ground. The last shot is Robin trying to resuscitate her, but we don't know if it's gonna work. So, are they killing off Dove in the second episode? Like, this is it. This is the only time we'll see of Minka Kelly, and is the rest of the season gonna be Hawk helping Robin out of vengeance? Because they killed Dove. I don't know. Or will Dove survive and we'll see her in the third episode? Um, that remains to be seen. But for what this episode is, I liked it. I enjoyed it much better than the premiere episode. I think it has a lot of improvements, not only in terms of lightening up the mood a little bit instead of getting all heavy, but also, as I said, they flesh out more of the characters. You get to see the relationship, the interactions, and the animosity that they have, and it makes for a very good drama, very good intriguing drama that had me interested from start to finish, definitely. So, very very good episode. I got no complaints. I liked it. I think I'm gonna stick around and stay through with the whole season one of DC Titans. Hope you guys do the same. All right, that's my review of DC Universe live action Titans season one, episode two, titled Hawk and Dove, and hopefully Dove survives, and hopefully we'll see her in episode three. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you can help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this.